So if you want to get drastically better at playing guitar as a beginner or as an intermediate player, you need to stop doing this one thing. And I see it time and time again with students that I teach, people who want to get lessons, beginners on YouTube. And here's what it is. You're playing the correct chords, but you're not playing them in the correct shape or the correct voicing, with the correct fingering on the strings that allows you to switch chords effortlessly. And with guitar, we want to be smooth, we want to be rhythmic and not be clunky and have all these pauses in between chord changes. So let me show you what I mean. Most of you have probably been taught to play the C chord like this. Probably been taught to play the D chord like this. Probably been taught to play the G chord like this. And the E minor chord like this. Now, these are four of the most common guitar chords for pretty much any genre, whether it's pop, country, Christian, and even rock songs. But do you see how much movement this is? See how much my fingers are moving around, and I've got to jump to different chords. So it just makes strumming and it makes rhythm just a lot more challenging, especially as a beginner. And when you're a beginner and you're an intermediate player, maybe you've even been playing for a couple of years, there's a lot going on up here. We're thinking about a lot. We're thinking about, what my next chord is, where my fingers need to go, what the finger placement is, what the strumming pattern is. So to make 50% of this playing guitar equation, to make it easier, you need to just be playing different chord shapes. So let me show you. Instead of this C chord here, we're gonna play this C chord here. Instead of playing this G chord, we're gonna play this G chord here. Instead of playing this E minor, with just the two fingers down, we're gonna play this E minor here. And for the D chord, instead of playing this D chord there, we're just gonna add the pinky to that high E string. So as you can see, we are keeping these two fingers, the pinky finger and the ring finger, locked in on those two strings for every single chord. So these are gonna stay on the 3rd fret, ring finger, it's gonna be on the B string, pinky finger, high E string. So those are gonna stay there the whole time. We've got the G chord. So watch this. To get to the C chord, all we do is we just move these two fingers down one string. There you go. To get to that D chord, all you gotta do, take the middle finger off, move the pointer finger down one string. And then the E minor is right there. So you have all of these, you have four of the most common chords in any genre right here by moving just two fingers, your pointer finger and your middle finger. So this is way easier than doing this. To be honest, I just think it sounds better playing with these two fingers locked in on those strings. So just let me just be clear. I don't want you to never play, this C chord and never play this D chord. You can do a lot of fun things with that D chord there. And I don't want you to never play this G here or this E minor, but just for beginners, I would never start with those chord shapes because there's just so much unnecessary movement your pinky and your ring fingers up here for the G, then it goes back down here for the D, then it moves here for the C and the E minor. So I would never start somebody off with those chord shapes. And even if you just go to YouTube and just type in, you know, acoustic songs for like Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, Chris Tomlin, whoever it is, I can just about guarantee you, you will see them playing probably these chord shapes here. They might have a capo on here. They might be, you know, playing maybe this C every once in a while, but more or less, you're gonna see them have their fingers, their ring and pinky finger locked in on those strings. So let me just give you a practice exercise, a practice drill that you can use to just improve changing chords and switching chords. Because again, when we're playing acoustic guitar, we don't want it to be clunky. We don't want there to be all these pauses in between the chords while we're looking down at our fingers to get the right placement. So this is going to be just a really good drill for you to get used to changing these chords and making it sound smooth. So we're going to start off with the G chord. We'll go to the D, go to the E minor, and go to the C at 9, the C chord. So you can just do one down strum on each chord. And you want to hear it be nice and crisp and clear. And then gradually just work on getting faster and faster and faster. Because you're gonna build the muscle memory with these fingers, because all you're doing is moving these two fingers here. So you're gonna build that muscle memory with those two fingers. So not that I want you to play songs like this, but it's a really good exercise among many, many more exercises that you can do with those chords. And you can even mix up the chord progression. Instead of going G, D, E minor, C, you can start off C, G, D, E minor. So if you want to get better, you've got to stop playing the chords like this and start playing them with the ring finger and the pinky finger down there. And I guarantee you, you're going to be playing smoothly and rhythmically sooner than you think.